Hello. Hi, everybody. It's Carrie from the Healthy Work at Home Mom. How are you? Hope you're having a good Wednesday. I am so super pumped for this live because I have one of my biggest wins, I think, in my career to share. And I want to tell you exactly how I got here. So I was just published in Working Mother magazine, and that has been my dream magazine. I have been thinking about it and pitching them for literally a year. And I made some changes, had some big realizations, and then it happened very quickly, hitting this goal. So I'll share it in the comments below. The article is how having a baby in the NICU transformed my career. So I am just like so crazy excited right now. I can't quite believe that it's real. And so I want to tell you the steps that I took and the mistakes I made along the way, and how ultimately I was published in my dream magazine. So how did I keep pitching them for a year? The first tip is to get super clear on what you want. You know, think about a big goal in your business, in your life, in your freelance writing, if you're a new writer or experienced. You have to get super clear on what you want. I was feeling kind of like a year ago, kind of all over the place, not focused. And so I just started writing down, like, what is important to me? What do I want for my family? Who do I want to talk to? Who do I want to help? And the answer was very clear, that I already loved that magazine. I feel so called to work with professional mothers who want to launch careers from home and grow them in a sustainable, flexible way. And so it was just my ultimate dream. And so I wrote down, this was last summer, so just under a year ago, that I want to become a contributing writer at Working Mother magazine. Okay, so that was big, but then what? You know, I have no connections. They're out in New York. I don't have a journalism background. I'm totally self-taught writer. I'd never taken a writing course because I was a nursing major in college. And so I started by writing down 20 ideas for how I could get published in Working Mother. And they included really small things like keeping up my subscription and reading it so that I know, the voice and the tone and what kinds of things they're looking for. I put myself out there. I sent them a video pitch, which I was hoping would kind of set me apart from all of the emails that they get. I engaged with them on social media. I shared their content. I commented on their posts, to kind of connect with them. I connected with the editors on LinkedIn. I sent them connection requests, always with a note, just saying, I'm a big fan of the magazine and I am a freelance writer and would love to connect, just to kind of be on their radar. And so, there were all these little things I was doing. The big mistake I was making was being so obsessed with trying to figure out what they wanted and not thinking about, what do I want to share? Like, what is in my heart that I need to get out into the world? So I was really focused on strategy and trending. I was subscribed to these newsletters that come out with the latest studies. So every time I got one, maybe every day, every other day, I would skim it, looking for studies that would fit with working mothers. I read everything they did and then tried to recreate those ideas, which it's important to understand the magazine, to know their voice, to know what types of articles do well, but don't let that totally take over, because I was forgetting the most important part, like what I could bring to them as a unique writer. I don't need to recreate the work they already have. They already have writers doing that. They need something new. And so I meant to go back and count how many emails I sent. I sent so many. Either pitches or following up on the pitches, always friendly, and but I just kept doing it, but kept sending the same types of pitches and the same types of emails. And then it was just last week that I was like, F it. I'm just gonna send them exactly what I like to talk about myself. I'm just gonna pitch them my story, because this is what moves me. This is why I do what I do. And I can't predict what they want. Basically, I've been trying to read their minds for a year and it's not happening. So what do I have to lose? Like, absolutely nothing. So I just kind of had this realization, opened up the laptop, typed it out, 30 seconds and sent it, and then literally forgot about it. Like, at this point, I had sent so many emails that it was like, what's one more rejection or like unanswered email? So that was like at 10 o'clock at night. When I got up the next morning, I checked my email, and there was a response from the editor. And so, not 12 hours after sending that pitch, I was filling out the contract. And they wanted it as soon as possible, and then it posted today. And so that was like the big piece that I had been missing. I had been striving and pushing and maybe trying to be something I'm not, or just so focused on what I didn't have, the journalism background, the connections, and forgot about everything I do have, which is, a big heart that wants to share. I have my own life experiences. And so, and it was easy. I didn't have to do all this research and interview experts like I thought I would have to for an article for them. I just wrote what I already knew and what I love to write about and what moves me. And I hit my goal. And so when I set that goal a year ago, it seemed like maybe this will happen in 5 years. I have no idea. A national magazine is a big leap for me. I write for like small businesses and, medical websites and things like that. And so I had no idea. And it felt scary to even write it because it felt like, this is going to feel really sad to not hit this goal because it's impossible. So the first step to hitting a big goal is to just be honest with yourself and then be brave enough to say it out loud or write it down. Like, just say what you want because you don't know how fast it's going to happen. And you don't have to know how you're going to hit it. You just have to commit to it and be willing to take those steps forward. The little things I did helped me. Reading the magazine, connecting on social media, connecting on LinkedIn, sending video pitches, all those things got me closer and it taught me a lot. But it wasn't until I just decided to be totally true to myself that it happened so easily. I made it so complicated. And like I said, I assumed like this is going to be a 5-year goal. This is huge and it's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. Which was half right, like the persistence piece, but maybe it could have been easy. This was easy and fun, and I felt amazing about the article I wrote. And I plan that this will be first of many. So if you have any questions about, a big goal, taking that first step, I would love to chat with you. You can send me a message. Check out the blog, healthywAhm.com, or definitely come over to our private Facebook group, the Sisterhood of the Hustlin' Mamas. We're growing every day with like amazing fellow mamapreneurs who are all going after big goals. And so when it comes to that big career goal, you need to know what and why. But the rest is going to figure itself out. The how, the when. As long as you're committed, you know why you want this, and you're committed to taking those steps forward, the right actions, the right steps will find you. So I hope this was helpful for you today. Like I said, send me a message if you have any questions or share in the comments below. I'll post that article too, just because that was such a big win for me. So I hope you're having a good Wednesday. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.